The Lemondrop got an update.
Mr. DK.
Welcome to Mr. DK TV. This time it's all about the Lemondrop. I want to introduce a new beta update where you can see what has changed in reference to the older version that you maybe have installed. If you would like to update your Lemondrop, just go to the 1010 Music forum, log in there and download the latest beta version to have these features I want to show you today. This video is brought to you by my sound company,
Sounds Premium.
I have switched on my Lemondrop because I have installed the latest beta version, and I just click on this left arrow to get to the Nanobox configuration, and there you can see I have installed the 1.2.1 version, which is the latest beta version you can install, and there you got these new features I'd like to show you right now. And now I want to show you my favorite new feature, which is very good that they have integrated that into the latest beta firmware. And I click just on the first oscillator of my granular 1, and in this granular 1 I click on the desired sample I wish to load up, and there I go into my folder which I have set up for this demonstration, which I have called Test Lemondrop. I just click on load, and there you can see a new button right here, and this button is telling us play. I push that button and now I can preview my samples that are into this folder that I have selected. And this is quite handy, so I can listen to my samples right now before I load them in as a preview. This will speed up my workflow a lot. So thanks a lot to 1010 Music for implementing this into the new beta firmware. So just check other files I have inside. There are just a few because I wanted to show you this new feature. And another thing you can do is to preview your presets you have created with your Lemondrop, or also the factory presets. Now you can preview them. For that you just have to go to your desired preset and you can load them up here, and now you can preview them when you press play. Now you don't hear anything because you have to use your MIDI keyboard to preview these sounds. I don't have a MIDI keyboard connected, but if I would, I could hear all these sounds by playing the MIDI notes when the play button is active, and I can scroll through all my presets and preview them just by hitting some MIDI notes, chords, or whatever you like. So this is also a very good thing that they have implemented that. Another cool feature is a new teleporter. I really like that. Just push down the home screen button for a longer time, and then there it is, the new teleporter function, the overview where you have got access very quickly to all the parameters you would need. So for example, if I want to go to envelope 1, I just press envelope 1 and there I am. Now I can dial in all the parameters I need. I can influence my curve like you are used to, but you can find it much more quickly just by hitting the home button and then go to your desired function you need. Also, XY modulation is directly there, and all the other things you need. If you need to go to a certain oscillator, granular 1, granular 2, or the oscillator which is integrated right here, the sub 1, then you can dial in whatever you need just like that. And this is also the new feature of the beta firmware which I really appreciate. Another one which is quite handy is a function within the grains. I load up another preset because I have dialed something into envelope 1, which I didn't want to. I go to my bass drone sound, which I have created here. I switch that one up, go here to the C2 node and turn on hold. This is a bass drone I have created, and just check that. I go to grain 2, to my second oscillator. Now I have the grain shape ramped down, and if you got your headphones on, you will realize the difference when I change my grain shape to smooth. The sound is changing in comparison, ramped down. There it is getting down from the sound-wise, and if I choose ramp up, it's like that. So now you can edit the shape, which is also quite handy, and this is very obvious. Compare ramp up to smooth or to ramp down. I can do that also in the grain 1. Maybe for that I'm switching down the volume of my granular 2, and I'm switching down the volume of my third oscillator. So I turn up the volume a little bit. This is ramped down. To make it more obvious, I turn up the volume right here. Smooth. The name fits, it's very smooth. Ramp down. Ramp up. I go with smooth here. Then I can dial in my other granular oscillator again. And my third oscillator again. Another feature is that you can freeze your live input and save it directly to your file directory freezer. So let's say I turn the live input on right here, and I would have connected a source, a sampler or a synthesizer right here and sending something into the input of my Nanobox Lemondrop. Then I could save it directly to the desired folder, which is freezer in this case, when I freeze it. For that I just hit this arrow to the right, and there I can give it a name, hit enter, and then it will be saved into my folder freezer. You can find the folder right here. It is directly there, freezer. You can press load and then load the freezed files in. When an input is frozen, it will be shown right here above where it says live right now. When I freeze it, then there will be a sign or a saying which says frozen. Here you can switch between live and frozen. So that's the new thing. And when I have a signal going in, a very good thing is also that this view here is now changing. So the graph now scrolls with the live input. You can touch the graph to freeze the live input then. That's it. That's also quite new in this Lemondrop 1.2 upgrade. And another very good thing in reference to the input signal is when you are leaving this view, the sound was always going off when you have an older version, and now it's different. The recorder will now keep running when you leave the recording screen, and you can go back to the recording screen and just stop. Another thing that has changed for the better are the filters. So filter 2 can now run in a different mode. Let's go to the filter, and filter 1 is turned off, filter 2 is turned on, and there you can choose the mode, parallel or per oscillator, and that's new. So before that you had serial, that the filters are acting in the right order, so filter 1, filter 2, and parallel, where you have filter 2 beside filter 1, and then the new option, you can dial it in per oscillator. That's also a new thing which you can try in the new beta version. So there are plenty new things. I think these are very good new features where we can work with, and there are also some problems the Lemondrop has, some bugs, some things I don't like. One example I will give you right now. So let me show what is really annoying, and this is exactly what is happening right here. You can see the waveform, it's maxing out in a certain period of time in quite the same intervals. It's really annoying and it sounds terrible. Just let me show you what I mean. And every time when I load up my own samples or samples from third-party sample libraries, it's the same. 80% of my samples are not working because they have not the right format. And I have to convert them manually to get rid of that problem. If I do batch processing, for example with RX7 of iZotope, I can't get rid of this problem. So I have to convert the samples from 24-bit 44.1 kHz, which is industry standard, to 24-bit 48 kHz and mono, and this I have to do manually because when I do the batch processing, which is done by iZotope RX7 for example, I got plenty problems, even if I export them with my DAW Studio One or if I record the samples with my MPC Live 2. When I set up loop points or things like that, these files are completely messed up. Just take a listen to the files and you will see what I mean. You see, it's very, very annoying, and this is happening quite often. Just a few samples are working. You see, just a few of them are working. So most of the samples are distorted like that. And if I convert them, which I have done right here, I have a test folder for that, test Lemondrop. If I load up these files I have already converted, and there you can see they are working. So I wish there were a converter where I can do batch processing so that I don't have to open up every single WAV file on my own. If you have hundreds of them, this is plenty work. So they have to fix that. It's really annoying. So please, 1010 Music, fix this issue, because this would save us users plenty time, which is needed for creating music. And now I can show you how to update your Lemondrop. It's very easy. Just pull out your micro SD card. The card is right here. You just pull it out and use an SD card adapter, or you can also use a USB adapter, whatever you need for your computer or Mac. Then you can just put that card in, and then you can just drag over the file of the new hardware, and this looks like this. And then you are done. Thanks for watching. I hope that this video was helpful for you. If that's the case, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and help me growing. Then I can deliver more content like that. And see you next time, Sundays 9 o'clock, Mr. DK TV. I'm out of here. Blessings.